What's up, you guys? I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre. Welcome back to the channel and this Apex Legends video. Today we'll be exploring the history of Makoa Gibraltar, the biggest legends in the game, coming in at 6'5" at 292 pounds, and explaining why he might have a grudge against Loba and will be wanting to work against her throughout Season 5. Let's get right into it. Gibraltar, in his bio, is described as a gentle giant with a wild side, the son of 2 search and rescue volunteers on the planet of Solace. He's always been skilled at getting others out of dangerous situations that are common in the Outlands. However, he only really began to understand the value of protecting others when one night he and his boyfriend stole his father's motorcycle, took it on a joyride, and got trapped in a deadly mudslide. His parents did manage to come and save them, however his father lost an arm in the process, and ever since, Gibraltar has never forgotten that sacrifice and devoted his life to helping those in need. The Apex games didn't change that, but they changed what it meant. Many of Gibraltar's friends and colleagues have competed in the games for extra money, fame, and glory over the years, and some never came home. Gibraltar joined up to keep them safe, and for the first time, his skills as rescuer and his rebellious nature work together. He's now become an icon in the games, putting himself in the line of fire to protect his squad and send his opponents running for cover. So we have Gibraltar set up as this really positive legend, and we get a little bit more insight into that positivity in the Season 3 loading screen Rose-Colored Legends. He says, "I hear all the nicknames, Jolly Jib, Mr. Chuckles, Mr. Sunshine. They poke fun at my disposition, but Gibraltar has his bad days too. The secret of life ain't happiness, brother. It's knowing the unhappy times won't last forever. You know who gets that? Pathfinder. Boy, we've had some showdowns in the games. Once I thought for sure it would end with him in the trash heap, but that scrappy little Marvin always comes back with an even better attitude. He could be one bullet away from being recycled and still find the bright side in it. The others all think he's nuttier than my Uncle Jared at a peanut farm, but that robot lives better than most humans I've met. Reminds me of, well, let's just say he reminds me of someone I used to know." So he seems to have some insight into potentially the person who created Pathfinder, the person who took a regular Marvin unit and gave him an artificial intelligence. So I could definitely see Gibraltar being connected to the search for Pathfinder's creator. But we also get a look into some of those bad times that Gibraltar was talking about. In the Season 5 loading screen for Kings Canyon and the new season Fortune's Favor, we receive a story that Gibraltar tells of his time in the Thunderdome and memories of he had with his ex-boyfriend, Nick. Gibraltar says, "Remember when we got caught in the cage? You took all the blame. And when I asked you why, you whispered in my ear, for you. And right there in the dome, you kissed me. And now the dome is gone, like it was never there. I didn't think it was possible to turn around and find something you love isn't there anymore. You'd think I'd have learned that lesson at least by now. But I'm thick in the head, as you used to say. When there came time for me to step up, do something for you, I chose wrong. And I'll regret that decision until the day I die. The accident's behind you now, I get that. But in case you heard about Kings Canyon, your life flashed before your eyes like mine, I want you to know. You're still here, Nick. At my side, in my heart, in my ear, and on the tip of my tongue. And you always will be. I hope to hear back, and I understand if you don't. I hope you and Michael are well, and I pray you found peace, Nick. That, and above all else, is what matters the most. All my love, Makoa." So something happened in the past. What is unclear is whether or not Nick is connected to the motorcycle accident, or the accident that Gibraltar is speaking about is some other accident that happened to this partner. It seems like he met this Nick character in the games back when the Thunderdome still existed, and like in his bio, he talks about he joined the games because his friends were there and some of them weren't coming back and he wanted to protect them. And so he seems like he has this guilt over the time he should have stepped up for Nick and wasn't there for them. And he also has this deep place in his heart before Thunderdome. In fact, describes the experience of witnessing Thunderdome's destruction as having his life flash before his eyes when it happened. So I highly doubt Gibraltar wants anything to do with Loba or her silly quest. But I also don't think he is the one that wrote the letter. I don't think he showed up to the meeting that we saw in the Season 5 prologue at all. We heard that there were 11 legends at the meeting. We know Revenant wasn't there, and we haven't heard from Gibraltar or Bloodhound. So I think Gibraltar was the one that was missing. However, the letter from A. Smarty Pants was written by somebody present at the meeting. So there is somebody there who wrote the letter and is trying to betray the group to Revenant. Who that is, we don't know. But maybe we'll find out more information when we receive Chapter 2 this coming Tuesday, just a couple days from now. The next hunt is going to be released too, and I'm excited to find out more about that. It's described as requiring to eliminate targets from a distance before finding the artifact. So instead of a speed run, it's going to be a target practice run. So make sure you hit that subscription button, click the notification bell if you want to stay up to date and see the tips and tricks on how to get that target practice done in a super fast time, just like the speed run I had showed before. And if you haven't already seen my breakdown of Chapter 1, The Cranky Clown, you'll be seeing that video on your screen right now. In the meantime, I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre, and I'm out.